10,300,240, 10,300,260, 10,300,000. Damn it! I lost count. Gonna have to start over. What? Turn the music off.
Stop counting money.
I was just playing with I was just counting my money. I was just counting my money.
Stay on script. Don't make us liquidate you.
I was told I need to stay on the script, so that's what I'm gonna do. Even though I was thinking about getting a diamond encrusted grill that said Globe Rich, talk like this, I'll be like, I'm Globe Rich, bitch. What? Yeah, guys, looks like the flat earth is dying a slow and painful death. I notice less and less flat tards in the comments sections, in the chats, when I go to live streams and stuff. There's just fewer and fewer of them. Granted, the ones that are in there like to run their mouths. They like to talk all the shit. It's like a little kid out in the street with a whistle, making all the noise. Like, shut the fuck up. However, though, like I said, there are fewer and fewer of them. More and more people are flipping from the flat earth back to the globe, because it's blatantly obvious that the earth is not flat. It's not flat. All your flat earth proofs that you think you have, they're all wrong. You're wrong. You don't know how to measure for curvature. You don't understand that water does bend. How can you say water doesn't bend? It's the most fluid substance there is. I mean, when you say water doesn't bend, it really hurts Wave's feelings. They're like, hey, what about me? I bend. But yes, water does bend, and it sticks to the globe. You know how it sticks to the globe? With gravity. Yeah, it's true. It's gravity. Well, how does the atmosphere stick onto the earth? Guess what? Same answer. Gravity. That's the answer. You can quit asking it now. Google it. Look the answer up yourself. Do a tiny bit of research. Don't come into Globe Believers comment sections and start asking them. It's not our job to educate you on these things. It's your job to educate yourself. It makes me so mad too. It's like, why are you asking me all this shit? Why? You trying to get that little gotcha moment? Because all these answers that you're looking for, you can easily look up yourself and find the answers for. So here's my thing right now, before you go posting your next questions in my comments. I'm not going to answer any of your questions until you can answer my question of where is the South Pole on your flat earth map. I want coordinates. I want to know exactly where it's at, because guess what? It doesn't exist. You can't have a South Pole on a flat earth map. It is impossible. It doesn't work. When you go south on the flat earth map, everybody goes in opposite directions. However, when they discovered where the South Pole was back in like 1911, you had people from two different directions coming in and they met at the same place. Wow! Isn't that amazing? Because that's where the South Pole is. On the globe, everything leads to the South Pole. That's why two different groups of people met at the same place on the South Pole. Mind-blowing, I know, wow. That can only work if the Earth is a globe. You're like, well, how do you even know that? How do you know if it's spinning? There's absolutely no proof of that. There's no proof of spinning. Really? But there is proof of spinning. There is proof of spinning. And you can easily find that too. I highly suggest going and checking out Critical Think's videos that he did. He was one of the globe believers that went down to Antarctica, and he did some of the most amazing experiments I've ever seen. He weighed the same object, he weighed it at different spots on the Earth. And guess what? the weights are different on different parts of the spinning globe Earth. And it's not like he just went down there and weighed the thing and said, oh, look, it's different. No, he predicted the weight based on curvature and spin. He predicted the weight and then he was proven correct. I've never seen a flat earther do anything like that. Nothing even close to that. You guys can't even predict sunrise and sunset times. You would have no idea that there's a lunar eclipse tonight if it wasn't for the globe people telling you there's one. You would have no idea because you can't calculate any of that stuff. You have nothing. You have nothing but beliefs in your head and nuh-uh, it's not gravity. Gravity can't work and water lays flat. I saw it in my cup. Look, it's flat. I literally heard Jake the asshole make that comparison. When I went down and met that dickhead, he was actually saying that. He was up arguing with everybody, like, look at the beer in my cup. It's flat. It's like, dude, you're a dumbass. You are a midget dumbass. I realize you come up to the bottom of my belly button when you stand up tall, but that doesn't give you any excuse to be that dumb. Water doesn't lay flat. It's never laid flat. It might lay flat in your backyard swimming pool, but it doesn't lay flat over the oceans. It clearly doesn't. That's why you can go to the beach and you can look out at boats and see that they're missing the bottom halves because that's them going over the curve. Yeah, that is hard to believe. It took me a while to actually grasp that concept, but that's what's going on. The Earth is a globe. It has water that bends and sticks to the outside of it. I know, you're getting triggered when I say that. You're over there having a nuh-uh fit. Nuh-uh! Nuh-uh! I know better. I watched a YouTube video. Dang, that curved water is good. So refreshing. But yeah, it's like the few flat earth leaders that are still out there are just having total meltdowns. Like I watched Mark Sargent's latest video and it's just, he didn't tell the truth one time in that whole thing. Literally, it's like 2 hours of straight lies. The way that guy can lie, he needs to be a politician. I'm not going to, he is good at it. The way he lies with such confidence and conviction, it actually makes you kind of believe it because he's so confident in the shit that's coming out of his mouth. It's kind of fascinating, to be honest. I mean, he constructed this entire narrative, this entire story about how Patricia Steer, she actually went flat months before the final experiment, according to Mark. She was actually the one, she was the point person for everybody. And then she made, Jaron go flat and Robbie go flat. Yeah, she was the point person because she got that new car. Are you kidding right now? Like, what? Like, I'm listening to him and he's just making up this entire story with zero evidence of it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you got him completely imploding, melting down. Of course, we all know Dave Weiss is a con man and a liar. And then you got Nathan Thompson, who is just a complete moron. I don't really think he's even smart enough to figure out what the heck he's saying half the time. But he makes these supposed long distance observations, but then forgets to tell you his observer height. It's like, yeah, but dude, you were 2,000 feet in the air. No wonder why you could see that far. Duh. So yeah, it's just, I don't know how anybody can be a flat earther at this point. If you have your own brain and you can think for yourself and you can figure out basic things in life, you shouldn't be a flat earther at this point. Guess what? The people over the last 2,000 years, they were right. And the flat earthers that have shown up since 2015 with their YouTube videos, those people are wrong. They're so wrong. And like I said, their party is just completely imploding. The more and more people that jump ship, the weaker that they get. And here pretty soon, I don't think there's going to be many people left at all. It's like the Democrat Party. They're just completely crumbling. Yeah, they're going to be around forever. There's always going to be Democrats. There's always going to be people that think the earth is flat. But guess what? They're fewer and fewer. And the ones that do think that are completely unhinged. Completely unhinged. and they don't have a lot of common sense. They can't accept reality. They have to live in their little bubble. They have to live in their little echo chambers. They have to hang around with the exact same kind of people that think the same way that they do. Again, I want to give a shout out to Jaren, because without Jaren, none of this would have happened. Because if they would have just sent down a group of Globers down to Antarctica to make tests and do all this stuff, guess what? I probably wouldn't even have known about it. A lot of people probably wouldn't even have known about it, because guess what? Flat earthers don't watch globe content because you don't want to hear how you're wrong. So you don't even listen to it. That's why it was so important that Jaren went down there too. Somebody that was a flat earther to kind of bridge that gap. It's like you got the Globers, they're on one continent, and then you got the flat earthers on their little continent. But however, Jaren was like that bridge that brought the two together. He was literally that bridge that brought the two together. Yes, what Will Duffy did was amazing. However, it wouldn't have worked without Jaren. It would not have worked without Jaren. He brought the two communities together. I got to say all the props in the world to Jaren for doing that, because like I said, if a flat earther hadn't have gone down there, like I said, I probably wouldn't even have known about it. Not to mention, if I would have heard about it, I probably would have just discarded all the information, because it used to make me so mad to watch globe content. No offense to Dave McKeegan. However, when I first saw one of his videos with him petting his dog, just talking all calm, I got so triggered. I was like, who in the hell is this guy? He's just sitting up here with his dog, reading shit off Wikipedia, getting all these views. I was like, to heck with this guy. Like, no. I was like, he hasn't done any kind of research for himself. He's literally just copying and pasting stuff off Wikipedia and reading it. But guess what? That stuff is correct. That's the truth. The earth is not flat. What he was saying was correct. What all the Globers was saying was correct. And I'm going to say this too. You know, a lot of people are afraid to leave the flat earth because they have so-called friends in the flat earth. But I don't understand why you would take a worldview that's going to hurt you in real life, that's going to cost you relationships, it's going to cost you opportunities, only to maintain some online friends in an online little safety bubble where you can talk with people that are just like you. I can't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's cool to have online relationships and talk with people. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. However, that's not your real life. Why are you giving up your real life for an online life? I don't get it. And I'm going to say this, guys. Ever since I've left the flat earth, I've made even more friends. I feel like a giant weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And I've got new people reaching out to me. It's great. I mean, I had Robbie Davidson call me yesterday and we talked for 40 minutes about stuff. It was an amazing conversation. That never happened when I was a flat earther. I never had people reaching out like that. So it's cool. I mean, nothing bad is going to happen if you turn around and say, guess what, guys? I was wrong. The earth isn't flat. All those scientists, all those astronomers, guess what? They were right. They were right. It's not a big deal. People will welcome you back. People will have respect for you for being man enough or woman enough to say, guess what, guys? I was wrong. Yeah, you're going to have your little low-hanging globetards that want to jump in. The people that have never won anything in their lives, they're going to jump in. So you were stupid for 9 years? Just let them have their little victory. Okay, just let them have that victory, because those are the people that just rode the sidelines the whole time. They didn't contribute anything. These people haven't won anything in their lives. They're chronic losers. These are the nerds that you pick last for the dodgeball team. And then they just stand on the back row and they don't want to come off the back row because they don't want to get hit with the ball, and they make the game take 30 minutes. Okay, these are the people I'm talking about. And they found themselves on the winning side of the globe. They're like, I've known that since second grade. This is the first time they've won anything in their lives. So just let them enjoy their little victory. Let them gloat. Let them say their stupid jokes. It's not going to hurt you, because guess what? After this fades away, they're going to go back to being chronic losers for the entire rest of their lives. They're never going to win anything again. So I kind of feel bad for those people. I'm like, you know what? Enjoy your moment here. Enjoy your little moment in the sun that's 93 million miles away. Enjoy it, because it's never going to happen again.